This is what TikTok fame feels like, big boy.
Pretty well.
What have we got?
4,000 views, 600 likes, and counting.
20 comments.
Mate,
Most of them are our replies.
mate, buy stock in the pack. We're growing. We're coming for you, boys. We're coming for you.
The MacPack Podcast, episode 25.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack Podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna, and to my left this week in order of strongest jaw, it's the little brother Joey boy. How are you, my man?
Not bad. I got the strongest teeth in the game, certified by a real life
Real
dentist.
Ooh, and to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does every single week and has done for the last 25 weeks, it's the youngest brother. It's the baby brother.
I've got my dentures in again, boys. How's it looking tonight?
They're looking straight.
Very
and
flash,
clean.
very flash. Boys, massive episode for the MacPack. We hit 25 eps. The quarter century comes
century,
up, and we've got a stack. This is the heaviest sheet we've got. We've got plenty of stuff to chat about from the last weekend. Footy's back, which is super exciting.
Footy's back.
And we have a controversial chat
About
about where we put sauce. Do you put it in the pantry? Do you put it in the fridge?
We all know where it
knows?
belongs.
It's all up for grabs, and it's all going to be decided. Let's get into it. Boys, welcome to episode 25. The quarter century's up. The quarter
Here we
century's
go.
up. Put your bats up.
Yeah,
Bats
wave
up.
the bats.
Quarter century. We've done it.
That's a real like juniors cricket thing where no one
A
would ever
quarter
make it
cent-
to
quarter century is-
50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
I
one's
don't even
putting their
think
back up and test.
I saw Steve Smith do it the other week.
talk more shit.
Did
Boys,
it in an over.
Congratulations, we did it. 25 weeks. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I think the biggest accomplishment is the fact that we've been able to
Do it.
basically see each other once a week for the last 25. I reckon a period before that was very much hit or miss when the three of us could find a time to be in the house at the same time. So to sit down on a week-to-week basis and mark out best part of an hour to 2 hours.
Or three.
Congratulations, well done. We
Or
don't.
four.
This is realistically like some of the only time the three of us are home together. So we've done well.
We do well.
Yeah, and it's funny because like 25 sounds like a bigger number. Well, it sounds like a smaller number, but it sounds more sort of valuable.
Yeah.
But 26, that'll be half a year, which is next week.
Yeah, that's a
Ooh.
good shout. Wow.
Oh, shit.
Wow, well played. Look at you, fucking actuary,
Joe,
smart boy,
maths.
So
smart
the way I
boy.
worked that out was 52 weeks is in a year, but half of that is 26.
So,
Damn.
fellas, I asked. I think it was last week. I asked when would we become TikTok famous.
It hasn't taken long.
You didn't give me an answer at the time,
Didn't have to.
but the big man upstairs gave us an answer today. We're
Mr. Rhythm.
ladies and gentlemen, we're TikTok famous.
We've done well.
We've got what? What did you mention before?
We had 4,000 views.
Over
And
4,000. Over
This
4,000.
is all on one TikTok.
And it's still going up.
This
As
is all
we
on the one
speak.
video. Yeah, the one that we did. It was about like Metro's Freo, which is
Metro's free.
It is Monday night tonight, and it's at 4,200-ish.
Yeah.
So go on your phone, check it now, see what it's at.
yeah.
Right.
So imagine if it like really kicks off before this comes out on Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, massive Metro's TikTok. Actually, funny story. It's actually a girl I know works at Metro's. I wasn't aware of this.
Metro's
until-
Freo?
Metro's Freo.
Classic.
I wasn't aware of this until earlier in the day when she sent me a screenshot of her work group chat.
Oh yeah, you sent us through
It's
this.
been sent there. Yeah, that's when we knew we've made it.
The gang's talking
Yeah,
about
so
it.
our TikTok was put in the Metro's
Metro's chat.
group
yeah.
chat, which
Hopefully
is
they can put some doors in.
Well, I think
well, we're getting a few comments, people saying there's like
There are
there's doors,
And then half of them are
and then other
saying
people are
there's
like
not.
there hasn't been doors for 6
I
years.
feel like if anyone
so
goes, wait a minute, there aren't doors. I feel like that's enough cases where there's not going to be doors.
Yeah.
yeah,
Another thing,
once there's no doors at one stage,
you
there's
just
no-
get
becomes a-
branded as the no doors place.
Yeah, 100%.
Another thing, a bunch of girls commenting, telling us that we're wrong.
I've
I
never
personally
been,
have never been in.
never been there.
Never been in there.
I think you fronted it by saying I've heard.
Yeah, I allegedly.
Like
I don't know if that made the talk.
Joe's not the one.
Probably
Joe's
did.
not the one in there like detaching the doors, going, oh,
Yeah.
this will be good for a gag in a couple of years' time. We obviously super stoked on the TikTok. And
course.
massive shout out to anyone this could very well be the first time that some people are
Viewing.
joining us because they've seen us on the Tickies
Oh, the Titty Toggies.
and now they're on. Joining us at 25. Imagine having
Welcome,
24 great episodes
To go back on.
in the vault that you can go back
And then 4 with good mic qualities.
Yeah, fucking hell. Who's the real winner? We went to the Leftbank on Saturday night, back to the old
Iconic.
digs.
The lefty.
Shout out to Cody Ritchie. Birthday will be tomorrow at the
Tomorrow.
time of recording.
Happy birthday.
Um,
We won't say anything to her tomorrow, but then when she watches this on Friday,
Boom.
she'll get her birthday
Yeah,
shout
this is a
out.
real test to tell whether or not she's a fan. Charlie Ritchie, big fan of the show as
Massive
well.
fan.
She come bundling up. When we first walked in, we'd only been there for 5 minutes. She come running over. Now, what did she say to you when she walked up to you? What did she say?
No
Just like-
idea.
just like,
I can't
"Hey, Joe?"
remember. Maybe, yeah.
'Cause
Or she said
Here we go. Now go.
something because she had sent me a snap before. She's like, "Oh, I get to hang out with 2/3 of the MacPack."
Good. I got. Oh my god! It's my favorite member of the MacPack.
Oh, I got that too.
So
get that.
you know, take that, boys.
I feel like that's something
They all
that
say
everyone
that.
says to everyone.
Yeah,
Well,
fact.
she
I mean,
didn't
not
s-
me,
she-
though.
yeah, exactly. Leftbank was good fun. Haven't been to the Leftbank in fucking
The last time.
about 9 months.
Fair
That
while.
was the last time I've been there, and prior to that would have been probably 9 months before that as well. We used to have some big nights at Leftbank. The one that the time now that we went, I think is only like the second time that I've been to the Leftbank and haven't
No.
finished with my face in like a porcelain.
Yeah,
A
left
porcelain
bank, I
toilet.
don't know. I don't know if it's the smell of the sea or the river or whatever's next to it or something, but it just brings up. Quite frankly, it brings up dinner
You vomited at Leftbank before.
once. Yeah, sort of horrendously.
I've had
Into
a
a pot
few.
plant.
I've had a few. We had a lot of 21st at the Leftbank. Things to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And it became. We were there. Fuck, man! It felt like every weekend. It honestly may have been. I became quite close with the security guard
Yep,
now.
you're having
Did you
quite
still know
a
him?
D&M with him
Um,
even Saturday night.
On Saturday.
Yeah, he was there then. Like we get on, like he remembers me every time I
Yeah.
go in. He's a lovely guy, but it's because I was there when we were 21. Oh man, it was like a second home.
Constantly.
It was like I'd go there more than I went to work. Like it was every week, bang, 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 and every week I was fucking vomiting in the toilet. If
Surely
not,
not. Surely by the second time you're like, oh, maybe I'll go a bit.
you'll learn. But yeah, it got real bad. But I got good at it. Like I can make myself vomit, no worries.
Attack yak.
Oh
You
yeah,
drink more.
incredibly good at tack. Yeah, like incredibly good. And then you just continue to drink,
Well,
obviously.
Riley hadn't heard the phrase tack yak.
I knew the movement.
He hadn't
it's
really
not
heard.
the social justice warrior movement.
He hadn't heard of it until we were at a function with us and our family friends.
And
And
they said
one of them referred to
That was
as what
only a
Jake was
couple-
doing
yeah.
as tack yakking.
And I was
That
like,
was
that
only-
is a smart way to describe a tactical yak.
Tactical yaktical.
That was only a couple of weeks ago. That's the first time I vomited since December,
Bravo.
Good
which is
stuff.
only like
Vomit free since December 3.
2 months.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you used to chuck a fair bit when you'd go to the dentist and like we have to get mouth guards when we went to like
Yeah.
play footy and stuff.
He loves them.
They'd chuck the
I-
mouth guards in, and they were made of that weird shit that were like I don't even know what you call it. It's like the molds.
Funny story about that. So I
You
when I
used
was
to hoof your fucking
yeah, when I
face
was a
off.
little, I used to like
Tack yak.
yeah. So I had really big tonsils, and I
Yeah,
used
you
to
did.
like have quite the gag reflex.
Oh.
And then we're going in to get this mouth guard, and then the guy there
Was this
is
for like footy? Or
for
something?
footy. So we were getting like a proper mold. I was gonna get like a
Oh.
cool one done up, not just like
because those trashy ones don't.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And I was kind of excited. My first time getting a mouth guard, and
Hell yeah.
so we go in, and this guy's like, Mum was like, "Oh, I'm a bit worried he might
Yak.
throw up because of like past experience or whatever."
Mum knows best. If
And
it
that-
were nothing
the guy
over
was
the
the guy was like,
she'll be right.
he was, "Oh, don't worry, no one's ever thrown up here. Trust me,
Challenge
you're fine. I've
accepted.
done hundreds of kids, they're all fine." Anyway, so about 5 minutes later, I was yacked all over this guy. It's like his house or something.
Yeah, it
What
was
was
in
it?
some weird like outdoor area.
Yeah. Anyway, there was vomit everywhere. Ended up just getting one of the mouth guys. Like
Plastic
put in boiling water for
Yeah,
a minute.
that's
And just
shitty.
sort of
But
shoved
that
it
was the
out.
best part. He was just like,
So confident.
kid is not gonna vomit. And Joe's like, like 3 minutes
I'm
later,
gonna end this man's whole career.
Legit.
it's got to take the plaque down. No one's ever
Yeah,
vomited.
it's like
days
days
without.
since vomiting. It used to have infinity, and now it's got zero.
Zero.
Oh my god! You went to the dentist recently though.
I did, yeah. As you may have heard in my my introduction,
Oh.
strongest jaw in the game.
Foreshadow.
So we're at the dentist. I sit down before she's even looked at my teeth. She's like, "Oh, just like bite down."
Hell
So I
yeah.
did. You got to do what the dentist says, and then she like puts her hand sort of like on my like cheek, sort of like on my
Face
jaw,
cheeks?
Where your
whatever.
jaw connects.
Face cheeks or
And then-
assy cheeks? Because we need to know.
Clench that jaw.
That's not my jaw. They're not my cheeks.
Oh no.
You weren't clenching them before, you'd be clenching them now.
Do we need to report this dentist? Is this a...
And anyway, no, she's lovely.
She is the lovely...
Oh, we probably won't say her name, yeah.
She's lovely.
And then so she like feels...
Especially not after the accusation.
She gets
I get shut down.
investigated, yeah. I have to go in with a wire next time.
Just quickly, that dentist is elite.
Oh, it's so good.
They have
Highest praise.
they have TVs
TV.
on the roof, so like you go back in the chair, and then there's like TVs, and you can watch Netflix. Like she has Netflix
Yeah,
and
she
Stan and like
comes
all the
in.
stuff.
What
we might need to do, maybe if we did give her a shout out, she'd run our episodes.
yeah.
Like just stop giving the people the choice. They're just like, oh, like do you want
buddy.
to watch Mad Men or
Yeah.
any other shows on
They just
on Netflix? And she just puts on just the latest episode
They
of the
just sit
MacPack.
down. It's like, yeah, and then my dentist fisted me.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's continue with your story.
So she feels my like jaw bones, and then she's like, do you chew a lot of gum?
Which is an interesting question to get from your dental.
And then I was like, yeah, I do.
Define a lot.
And then she sort of comes out, and then she's like, when you chew, like, how long are you chewing for? And then she was like, do you just chew for like 20 minutes? And then I was like, in my head, I was like, it seems like a waste of gum money, just chewing for 20 minutes. I like to sort of chew until it runs out of flavor.
Yeah, even still.
And then
4 hours is generally par for me.
Actually.
and then throw it out and then put a new one in. And then I could sort of see the look on her face when I was describing my gum habits. And then I was just like, oh, is that bad?
Chewing gum or?
I think excessively.
Yeah.
Something is that I had never thought about before. And then she's like, do you get a lot of headaches? And I was like, oh, not terribly, but like, yeah. And then she's like, yeah, because
Yes.
you've chewed so much gum, it seems, that I have my jaw muscles are excessively like strong because I'm working
So
them
his
out
jaw is
constantly.
Jacked jaw.
Yeah, jacked jaw.
Flex it.
And then she's like, basically, it causes tension in your whole head because your jaw muscle is like pulling really hard.
Oh, damn.
Which is kind of terrifying. I feel like maybe this is something that they should mention on the pack of gum.
Yeah, I chew gum. I don't have any facial
I
tension.
probably expect you not
You're-
to chew for 4 hours.
I just
Like a
like
weird
chewing gum. It's a good feeling.
So did your jaw strength help with your big prezzo that you had today?
Oh, the big
Joe,
presentation.
did you see he bought a new kit? He bought a
Yeah,
new
I
suit,
did.
new pants,
dripping
everything.
out.
He looked. Oh, he looking swag, man.
Yeah, so I bought a tie for work.
Congrats.
No one really wears a tie that much unless you got something big on at work.
I always wear a tie every day.
I wear pretty casual stuff.
Me too.
Last Friday when we were doing preparation for the presentation, the guy I'm doing it with, I was like, oh, like what should we wear? You know, I sort of wanted to get the gauge, you know, so we're sort of we're styled together.
You get a matching cozies.
The dress code.
Yeah, exactly. The dress code for the presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, should we wear like, button up shirt? Should we go with tie? And he was like, yeah, we should. And then he goes, oh, do you own a tie?
Low blow.
Because I never wear one.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like,
do other people wear them?
not really.
Okay.
Joe whips out his corpus tie.
And then so I went up, got the tie. We had a big presentation that ran for the whole day.
Yeah.
Pretty major. Then we start doing it. There's a few technical difficulties that we come up to.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to fix it. This is sort of a high pressure situation. We've done all this prep, worked on it for like weeks, got the presentation, everyone's in there. We're doing it, having some technical difficulties. So the guy I'm doing it with, he comes over to help. He's like, I'm at the laptop, I'm like driving the thing. I'm like, it's kind of a bit like the Young Thug meme where
And
like,
people
I'm
were
sitting
everywhere.
Yeah.
People were in
there.
this
Yeah, like the room like four.
and you
he
can't get
comes
the
over.
thing to work.
So the way it goes is, so I've got my computer there. He's got his computer there. We're having issues with the tech.
Yep.
And he comes over to help it, knocks a glass of water all over his computer.
Did that fix it?
Did he just,
I've solved.
did he just cook it? Did it just turn off after that?
No, it was actually all right.
Oh.
So it did work. Just walk. So just next time there's an issue with anyone's computer, just walks over, goes, "I got the fix," and just like hoofs the whole thing of water on there all time. Mr. IT, Mr. IT. All right, boys. Footy is back.
Footy's back
It's
officially.
back.
There was a game on what would have been last night at this time.
How'd it go,
We're gonna
guys?
we'll just put out like a random prediction. It was Carlton Richmond.
Richmond,
How much did they win by?
50.
15.
I reckon they won by 3 goals, 18 points.
Hell yeah.
Good math.
We'll soon find out. Imagine if we just blanketly wrong, just like
Carlton smashed them by 120.
COVID hits on Wednesday night and
No
there's
footy
no
ever.
footy.
Plot twist.
I feel like every week we've had the segment, footy's back.
Yeah. We're just really pumped. Now it's actually back, and then it'll probably disappear like it did last year, where they played one round and then didn't play
6
for
months. Footy's back.
Footy's double back.
With,
Footy's double black.
you had your draft, your first
My
ever
fantasy draft.
AFL fantasy draft.
My first ever
He's
one
grown
that
up.
I wasn't like
One of
The
the
little
one of
brothers.
Jake's little brothers. Yeah, it was a good
You still
time.
were Jake's little brother, just not at this event.
Yeah.
is that your team? His team name? Just
Yeah,
check.
we pulled up to one of the boys' houses, full in the suits. You know how it is. They had the bow tie on.
Yeah, let's
Love
get a
it.
photo of that. Put it over my face. Ready? Photo there. So there's you
How
and all your
How
mates.
handsome. do I look?
At this point, I'm wondering where your pants are. Everyone else is wearing pants and you were just in shorts.
Yes, I can confirm. And slides.
Yeah. You definitely took a
what?
more casual approach than most of your mates.
Yeah, some people were wearing like their bowl suits. They whipped them back out. They dusted them off and got them back out.
Your
a year
mates
later.
look rough. Are they? I know most of them.
Yep.
They seem like quite lovely.
Are they lovely?
Lovely gentlemen.
I don't think you've ever met most of them.
Oh, I've met most of them.
Some of them.
They're lovely guys, but then they get
They
dressed
have a
up
bit
and
of
they
a
look.
rough exterior.
Yeah, they look like real bow divers youths.
They do look like
And they're like they're private school kids like that.
Yeah.
Why do they dress up like they've never
They're
seen
trying to disguise
school?
that fact, I
the
think.
ish.
Yeah,
I had this chat with someone on the weekend. I was like, yeah, my mates look like Dodge.
With someone,
Like,
you mean
they're so
you're the
solid.
only one whose hair doesn't like hang off your
Their
head.
neck,
Like
yeah.
yeah.
That's such like a private school thing. Is like
Show as you finish growing out.
long hair.
Yeah.
Can you get? There's a good photo of me with really long hair.
Oh, when it's like shaggy as fuck.
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
look tough. You just look like
Shaggy?
yeah.
Yeah, like Shaggy. That was sort of what I was.
You
Going
just
for.
look like a nerd who had done ATAR and had hidden in his bedroom
His
for the
hair.
last couple of months. How was the draft? How'd you go? Enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a good time. A lot of the boys weren't there. They were working, so they all got like auto drafts. So they just got random
That's
picks.
not good.
But they actually got
What do you mean a
good
lot?
players. Like three of them, I think, and there's only 12 of us in the comp.
Should we pick another night?
Cheesy got Nat 5,
Oh, as an auto pick.
Matt Rowell.
As auto picks.
Yeah.
Has you got like decent?
Who were you guys picking?
He's got a stacked midfield, but nothing else.
Yeah,
I
that happened to our guest who will be on the pod
Next,
next week.
next week. Hopefully,
No, it has to
if
be
all
next
goes,
week.
if everything goes well, our guest will be on. We can briefly chat about that.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
actually at a game of soccer
Fair enough.
when we were doing our draft, and it showed when he picked like a whole team of midfield. His first midfielder pick didn't come because of a pick. It came because there was literally no spots left for him to pick a midfielder.
Yeah.
So he's going to struggle.
A
this
lot of
year,
the
I'd
boys don't know a lot about footy. Like some of you at home probably don't know a lot about footy. So they were just mainly there for the costume and the dress up.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cute.
yeah.
Just
Which
a
was-
couple of bow divers youths just dressing up like
Just dressing up.
Wall Street units. I
Yeah,
respect that.
pretty well.
We'll keep this pretty short. Footy's obviously back. The Pies will play tonight against
Hell
the,
yeah.
against the Doggies. Adam Trelaw's Doggies all of a sudden. So go the Pies. Hopefully we get up.
Surely.
We're Pies fans. That'll probably be in shot, not for the audio,
A
but
little bit of it.
Not
there's
for
a
the
little
audio.
Premiers
It's just-
2010.
And you know who won the premiership in 2010.
The pies.
We'll
Pies.
just finish up our footy chat. We'll keep it nice and brief. Let's go. Premier, Wooden Spoon, Brownlow medalist. Joe.
Premier, you got to go safe bet. Richmond.
Yep.
Wooden Spoon. I got to go North Melbourne.
Interesting.
I hate
Jaden Stevo.
North.
Yeah,
Brother
but
Stevo.
they're one of the few teams I've seen.
Just quickly, we'll just chuck a photo of us with Jaden Stevenson here.
Boom.
Lovely guy, Jaden Stevenson.
North Melbourne's one of the only teams that I've seen and I've sort of been angry at them for how bad they were doing.
You have a
Against
bet on them?
Yeah, because I wanted Freo to only win by 1-39, and they've smoked them.
Wow.
And then Brownlow medal, yeah, that's a tough one. Because I don't know too many players who don't play for Collingwood. I feel like none of them would win it. Actually, I'll just go Scott Pendlebury.
I would love to imagine Scott
Come
Pendlebury
on,
winning.
Scott. And this is them playing this as he wins.
This is his acceptance speech. Just Joe. He's gone famous. The TikToks have gone off, and it's
Go-
Scott Pendlebury going, you know what? I was going to have a pretty soft year, but then I heard this weird kid in Perth, this
Please.
shaggy-looking guy,
Drinking
who's
a beer.
hesitantly drinking a beer. Junior boy, who you reckon?
Premiership, the Mighty Pies.
That's bold.
Well,
Damn.
speak it into existence, I reckon. Wooden Spoon. Look, not too sure of who's down the bottom of the ladder. GWS pretty bad, but they do alright. I'll go North. I know
They were in
one of my friends who are a North fan said they were going to go pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I'll go North Melbourne. And then, what's the name? Brownlow. Matt Rowe's pretty good. He was in talks last
He
year.
was in
Didn't he
huge
get
talks. He
suspended
started
or
really,
injured or
really
something?
well. No, he popped his shoulder out.
Yeah, so I reckon he'll go pretty big this year.
And Jakey boy.
Could be
Or
worth-
a Lockie Neal again.
I'm going to go... I think
Here we go.
You wants to give it to Pies.
I don't think they'll... I really think we'll struggle. I'd be stoked if we made the 8, but even still, not a huge point in making the 8 and then bowing out in the first round. I'll go the worst team in the comp will be Adelaide.
Didn't they like not win a game last year?
They won a couple late, but they went like 16 games in a
I
row
remember
without winning,
that was
which
funny.
was like, oh no, not 16, maybe 13, because the season was
They only
only.
played.
Nevertheless.
Premier. Tigers are good.
They are.
They
pretty-
just are.
They do well.
It would pain
Nice.
me if the Bulldogs won it and Treloar
Was fair enough.
got a medal. Treloar's also a lovely guy. We've met him as well. We'll get a photo of Adam Treloar and Riley and I here.
It's just sad to see like a great player from your team go on to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when we pushed him out. Like, he didn't want to leave. We were just like, yeah, there's the door, man. You're a great player. You're probably the best midfielder we have.
go win a premiership.
Bye!
I would be happy for him if he won. And I like the doggies.
Doggies, yeah. Doggies are a genuine chance. Their midfield stacks up, like, incredibly. And I think, in saying that, I think
Could
the
he?
Brownlow medalist could very well be Marcus Bontempelli.
The Bont.
I think they'll win enough games. While their midfield is stacked, he'll be the one that will have
He's the
25 and
yeah.
kick 2 or 3. So that'll set him apart, and
Fair enough.
he'll go well. So all is up for grabs.
It's going to be a big season.
In all honesty, we'd love a Pies premiership, Scott Pendlebury, Brownlow, and Tigers just finished last. But you can
Nothing
dream.
will happen.
All right, boys. This week I was fortunate enough to go down to. I went down to Baldivus to hang out with the Baldivus youths.
You got a good view of them.
That couldn't be
Yeah,
more
you did.
incorrect. We went down to Baldivus and we filmed some stuff for a brewing company that we will.
Beveragino.
I don't think we won't mention them.
Beveragino.
But we went along to Salt Lake to film a heap of stuff. So we
So
were
what
there.
is a Salt Lake?
It's a
Imagine a lake,
with salt.
I'm
but I
imagining.
think all the water's been like
That.
sucked
Evaporated.
out of it, and it's just like a
Oh, the
salty.
salt is left. Very cool.
Yeah, a lovely place, and
It's
it's
like
white.
pink.
It's
Oh.
like real white. No, the water, salty water, is pink, but the actual salt itself is white.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
We
How
went
was the
with
trip?
we went with Baldivus youths. The people they do this land yacht racing stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It sounds lame. It's pretty cool. They get quick. I went on one. You get quick pretty quick. They get up to like 80 kilometers an hour.
Very
but
cool.
on the way there, I'd planned to. So I obviously wear glasses
Yes, I'm aware.
and contact lenses.
Yeah, big fan of the contact.
Both at the same time.
No, so glasses I'll wear if I'm
One
looking
inch.
at screens. They're just like they're pretty lax.
Yep.
I'll wear contact lenses if I know I've got to be like. So say I'm like playing basketball or like doing something
more
all,
mobile.
Yep.
something all day.
Riding around in a
I'll keep them in.
riding around in
Baby yacht.
a yacht.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So this day, we did a half day before we went, and so I had the glasses on. The plan was to chuck my contact lenses in as we were getting there, like I did the day before when we went to the pub.
Can you do them without a mirror?
Yeah. Years ago, it used to take me like 40 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes looking into the mirror. It used to hurt so much.
Fuck that.
Gotten way better. Now I can do them without looking. Like I just
Can't
go bang,
imagine
bang.
that.
You're a
touch your
natural at
eyes.
doing it. You can do it in almost any circumstance. With no issues.
Almost. So on this occasion, I'm in the back of one of the boys' cars, and we're driving there.
The boys.
And I've gone, I don't really want to hold them up. Like I don't know how long this
Yeah.
shoot's going to go, but I'm going to be expected to help out. And
So you don't want to get there. You're out in the middle of the thing. It's all windy and stuff. You don't want to be trying to put.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm like, I'll just do it in the back of the car. So glasses come off, grab my bag, and I've thrown a few like loose capsules basically of my contact lenses in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you open up these things, that's it. Like there's no coming back. There's a little bit of like solution in them
Yeah.
and a contact lens, but once it's open, that shit just dries out. So
Yeah.
you got to. It's really just for the contact lenses till they're open, right?
Yep.
I open up one.
Yep.
And take my glasses off, sitting in the back, and we're all chatting, and I'm just like, I didn't tell them I'm doing this. Bit of a weird thing to, I don't know.
Sorry guys, just putting my lens in.
Yeah, like you don't want to announce.
Yeah.
It's anyway. So I'm putting the left one in, and the left one I'm fine with. Always good with the left because it's my face stays basically the same, and I just push. Hold one eye up and then just push the other one in. Now, when I go the opposite side, it's not a mirror in the sense that the hand rolls stay the same, which means I have to like move my hat out of the way, pull this eye up, and then put it in with my right finger.
So you go right hand to do both of them.
I always put it in with my right hand.
Yeah.
Right?
So
More
coming
stability.
across is like.
So like it's like this,
Yeah.
and then it's like this.
I hate eyes and I
So
hate
doing your
looking
left
at
with your
this.
right, it's a natural sort of. It sort of goes like it's meant to be there.
Yeah.
You
But
get a
with
bit
the
twisted
right,
when you're doing it the
it's
other
a
way
bit
around.
like the angle's not
Oh.
natural.
And so
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the back of the car, and I've done the first one. No worries. Get the second one out, ready to go.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, fucking like spin my hat around, and then I'm like in this.
The backward hat.
In like
It's
this
like-
weird like situation. This is exactly what I'm doing, and I'm like, I hadn't told them at this point, and we're all chatting, and I was like, if anyone looks back here, I'm gonna look like I'm like having having an actual fit,
Jake's
like
capped
pulling
out in the car.
pulling my eye back and just like jamming my finger through it.
You look like you're Ash Ketchum about to go into a Pokemon battle. You're like, all right, this
Yeah,
shit's getting
with my
serious.
hat.
I've done one side, that was fine, but now I'm gonna flip the hat around.
And that's essentially what was going on. And
So for those listening at home, we'll just paint the picture. So you're sitting in the back seat.
yeah,
You got one lens in, perfect vision.
Yeah.
The other lens, no vision.
no vision. Well, like shit vision, which is actually more. If you've got bad vision and in both eyes, it's fine.
Fine.
But if you have bad vision in one eye,
You're really aware of the bad vision.
yeah, 100%, it's jarring. And so I'm trying to put this other lens in, and I didn't get very far at all because it must have been when I was getting my second lens out. The dude in the front passenger seat, well, both of them had their windows down. I didn't notice that to begin with. Didn't have any issues the first time. So I've gone with the contact lens to put it in, and I'm in this weird like position where I'm all twisted in the back, trying to do it quick,
Yep.
trying to do it succinct, and then I've literally gone to put it, and it's just gone woof like that, and I was like, oh, and I've just gone, where the fuck did that? And like, it's a transparent thing. You can't see it.
Yeah, it's clear.
If it
That's the
hit
point.
my leg, I probably wouldn't even be able to see it. It's in the back of this guy's car now, and I'm like, oh, fuck, and I'm like looking around because at least I have the solution, so I can find it, put it in
He's
the
like-
solution, right?
Oh, does that clean it?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Would you still
100%.
put it in your eye?
Yeah, 100%.
That's fucked.
You're like Velma crawling around in the back seat of this car.
And now I can't find it because like I don't know how far. It's probably gone over the back seat and into the actual boot. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not. Anyway, I'm not going to cause a scene. I was like, oh, I'm hopefully going to find another one in the bag. Like,
Yeah.
I've thrown them in my bag before, whether or not I've needed them, and then the shit just the weird stuff you find in my bag is, yeah. So I'm looking through, and I found another capsule, and I was like, oh thank
A
God.
Hail Mary. Was it a left one or a right one?
It doesn't matter. My prescription is the same, but my prescription has changed within the last couple of months. It's significantly different to what it used to be, right?
Well, it gotten worse?
Yeah, yeah, fuck yeah.
No, it's been a miracle.
And so then I'm like, okay, well, I can just chuck this one in, having never put two.
The oldies and the newies.
Yeah, one old, one new, and I'm like, well, it's gonna be bad, but it won't be as bad as having nothing in one. And so I prep myself, and I'm like trying to talk myself into it. I'm like, I could just take this one out and just go,
Just free ball it.
yeah, just
Free eyeball
yeah,
it.
just can't see a thing and just accept that. Because I wanted to wear sunnies because the Salt Lakes are bright. It was a really overcast day, so it was like white. The whole thing was white. And I'm like, well, I need to get this other one in so I can wear sunnies all day. Because if I wear sunnies without them,
Yeah.
I'm just not going to be able to see a fucking... It'll be dark
Dark
and
and I can't
blurry.
see.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically just walking around in the dark. And so I found this other one and I was stoked. I was like, okay, well, at least I've got something. I'll chuck it in.
Oh yeah.
And I like hyped myself up for it, sort of waited in the back
Go, Jake.
for the window to go back up, right?
I can do it.
And then I got it and I was like, okay, we're on. And then I opened it up and it was empty. The capsule, I'd obviously used it before and just put the rubbish back in there. And then so I'm in the back and I've got one eye open.
And one eye closed.
Well, one eye with a lens, one eye without a lens. And I was like, well, I can't. I sat there for like 5 minutes on the way there. I was like, this sucks. This is so much worse because you wink with one, like you got one eye shut and you can see everything. Shut the other one, you can't see anything. But when you've got both of them, it's worse. It's actually worse than just being blind because you can sort of like.
It's like overlapping good and bad.
Yeah,
vision.
it's like blue. It becomes more blurry because you've got like 20/20 vision and then just fucked vision. And so I decided I'm going to take the other one out. So now I've gone through like 15 minutes worth of work to essentially get back to the first step, right?
Yeah.
Restoring balance in the universe.
And then I take it out, put it in the fucking capsule, like my old ones that I can use for another time, right?
Yep.
Plot twist.
Put my fucking glasses on. I'm like, I'm just going to have to deal with this. We get there. It is beyond bright. Like that light in front of us, basically that. The whole sky is white.
Yeah.
The whole floor is white. It is so bright. And we pull up and I help with shit and we get all the fucking shit
And the
out
whole
of
point was you wanted contacts, so you go contacts.
And
clear
then-
the
yeah,
sunnies.
and then have sunnies so
to
that I
darken,
wasn't
yeah.
like having a headache all day. We're sitting down. I'm sitting next to one of the boys, and he just turns to me and goes, "Man, you should have bought some sunnies."
Oh.
And I was just like, "Oh, brother, you don't know the half of it, eh?" All right, welcome back to the MacPack podcast. Now, as always, we address the big topics here on the MacPack podcast, and this week is no different. This week we have a chat about Master Foods tomato sauce. Now, the biggest debate that comes,
Hold it up. Hold it up.
the biggest debate that comes with the Master Foods ketchup is whether you place it in the pantry or whether you place it in the fridge. Now, boys, we're pantry guys.
We are.
Through
We
and
are.
through.
It's the right place to go.
Raised a pantry boy, always a pantry boy.
Facts.
We put out a poll only 24 hours ago, and we had a whopping 130 people
Bang.
vote. Bang. Just on Instagram.
We had 2 on Facebook.
Which, I don't know, Facebook doesn't show you who they are.
No, it does.
Does it?
Yeah, don't know who they are though. You guys probably might.
So,
If you listen on Facebook.
incredibly and disappointingly, we had 87 people, which worked out to be 67%,
Bang.
vote for fridge.
Oh.
Interesting choice.
While
annoying.
43 people, which accumulated to 33%,
And that's all of us.
voted for pantry.
The correct answer.
Now, we're not pantry. We're pantry guys.
We're pantry.
We're pantry guys.
Through and through.
I don't like, and this is what irked me from the very beginning.
Of
We
time.
used to be fridge guys.
Did we?
I didn't know any different. I used to be a bloody fridgie. But
But what happened?
But not anymore. It got to the point where you'd make your hot chips, you'd chuck them in the oven, you'd make your sausage rolls, your party pies,
Yep.
you chuck them in the oven. And what does the oven do, boys?
Heats them up.
It heats them
Seems
up.
hot.
And then you go and put cold sauce on
Cold
your
sauce.
chips and
And
on
what
your
is that?
pies and on your sausage rolls.
And what does that do?
It makes it cold.
It's disgusting.
It's like dunking your chip in your glass of water
One time I've done
and then
this.
in your mouth.
One time I did.
Exactly.
One time I did this. I had a hot sausage roll, fresh out of the oven. Went to look for the tomato sauce in the pantry. Wasn't in the pantry. Checked in the fridge. Some satanic man put it in the fridge.
Shame.
It's a good April Fool's prank.
Poured it out. Took a bite. Spat it out. Put the sausage roll.
It's waste.
in the bin.
Waste it.
Goner.
Now, you used to be a big
Liquor of it. Liquor.
Riley used to
have-
love tomato sauce more than he'd love the meal that he was having the tomato sauce with.
Riley used to eat party pies
Yeah.
where he wouldn't eat party pies. He would cook one,
Mm-hmm.
have it with sauce.
But the thing was, he used the party pie, for example, or he used the sausage roll mainly as an instrument to put the sauce in his mouth.
It was a borderline spoon at that point.
It was literally dunk it in, suck all the sauce off it, not
He
take a
wouldn't
bite.
bite.
Didn't take a bite. Basically, just licked it like a popsicle.
That's verbatim the noise it makes as well.
Just licked it like a popsicle and then just dunked it straight back in the sauce. And you'd pull. It got really bad. To the point where I genuinely think Mum started adding water to the mix. Like
what?
because maybe not. That's a.
It
It's a
does
hot.
get kind of watery, but I don't know if that.
Because he was using so much of the shit, it was just like those kids in primary school that like the teachers would give them juice, but it wasn't really juice. It was like the most. It's like 10% juice, and the rest was just water, so they get the value for money out of the
I don't
juice.
think she was pouring.
I don't know, man. Times are tough. Times are tough. Anyway, takes us back to the question. Let's not worry about the MacPack poverty line. It was so an incredible amount of people voted, so it's obviously a very passionate topic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And a lot of people were incorrect. A lot of people have very incorrect opinions.
People love chatting shit about it. People also love being wrong.
Yeah,
I can see that most of our actual listeners, like Corkill, Taylor,
we're dropping names.
Eddie, Andrea, like they're all pantries.
Yeah, people that like us
Like pantry.
get us.
Alec.
Now we're gonna quickly. We actually had a couple people ping in their messages because they were like, "Well, this topic is too big just to say yes pantry or yes fridge."
This isn't a one-word answer.
No.
So we had Connor Foy, who's a fan of the show.
Ah.
Big fan.
He said,
Does he listen?
He's listened to every
Yeah.
episode.
Actually,
Yeah.
legend.
he goes, "It says on the bottle
It does.
that you have to put it in the fridge after you open it."
Some rules
And then
are
he
made
goes,
to be broken.
and then he goes on to say, "Plus, who doesn't love a cold sauce on a hot pie?"
Me.
Fuck off.
Normal people. Normal people, Connor. That's who. Normal people.
Does it actually say it on this one? Shake before use. Remove under cap. Freshness seal. Refrigerate after opening.
So yes, just
Bravo.
a simple yes would have been suffice. Lucy Weeks also got in contact with us and went pantry if it hasn't been open, fridge if it's open. Which
Interesting.
who cares where you put it before it's open?
It's gonna be the same
Yeah,
result.
true. It's like
Put it on the roof for
it's
all
like
I
she
care.
like-
they'd be like, "Oh, this sauce goes good cold, except the first time."
Yeah, she's like christening it with, room
With a
temp.
With one good one. And she goes, "Man, I love this stuff," and then puts it in the fridge. She goes, just a month or two where she doesn't really love it as much. But you know, it says on the package you got to put it in the fridge. Fools. Michael Craggs,
Legend.
legend of the game, and potentially a guest on the MacPack podcast.
Heard it here first.
He's got some he lives by some very cryptic rules.
Such as
Strange things.
Now
happen.
this one's gonna floor the two of you. I don't think either of you have read this. He's gone rather than the open. When it's open, you chuck it in the fridge.
yeah.
When it's
Which,
He goes the
although
other
I
way.
disagree with
No,
it,
no,
it
no.
makes sense because
he goes the other way.
He goes-
He freezes it. No, he goes with a seasonal one. He goes in the fridge for summer, but then you put it in the pantry during winter.
so it's like he wants it to be that solid, like
He wants to be warmed up by like
Yeah.
a hot chocolate. He wants
yeah,
to.
he's using it like it's
He microwaves it when it's a cold day,
he's using it like it's an aircon.
That's strange.
which I thought was cute.
What if they have like they've used half a bottle, and then there's still half left, and it's in the fridge? Do they put it in the pantry? And
He's like, June 1st. Time to move this to the pantry.
Like at what stage? Because once
Yeah,
it's
where do you draw
cold,
the line?
once it's cold, because surely we're not getting through a bottle every 6 months. I don't know how frequently we get through a bottle.
We used to go through it a lot when we had the snagger rolls, like daily, the 4 and 20.
When Riley was drinking it.
You used to eat a lot of sausage rolls, like too much.
2 a day.
Michael's also gone. Now, this isn't related to this topic, but it sort of links. He does the exact same thing with bread and eggs.
Eggs in the pantry.
Eggs in the pantry.
They hatch. All right, boys, I'm back with another hot take.
Well, it is a bloody Monday, so or a Friday or a Saturday. Depends when you listen to the pod.
It is the day that you're listening to the pod.
It's a week. It's been a week, and you've got a hot take.
I think that being called buddy or champ is belittling.
Yeah, I fucking 100% agree.
I gotta
man.
say,
that shit's like
It's not endearing. It's not being nice. It's putting someone down.
Riley's gotten one right
Oh.
for one of the first times ever.
Yeah, it was better than the sunscreen gate or any
Yeah,
of the
I've
words
gone
that I tried
more-
to say then.
Mainstream.
When have you been called champ? Because I agree, it's potentially. I'd prefer to be called like the C word than be called champ. The other C
Borderline
word.
champ is the C word.
Champ is worse than the C word. Champ is the new C word, ladies and
Champ
gentlemen.
But yeah, just getting called champ, buddy. Sometimes mate.
I like mate. I'm a big mate guy.
Oh,
But
no,
sometimes being like, thanks.
oh, that's enough, mate.
Yeah. Or like,
Nah, mate's big. I'm big on mate. I call people mate all the time. And
I
It
do
depends
like
on the
mate.
context.
Yeah.
I
You
s-
can put it in a.
It depends. If someone is your mate, then mate is got the
Bang.
big tick.
Nah, I think mate's fine all the time. Like the only person I find weird calling a mate is a girl,
Thanks, mate. Oh, yeah.
and that's
But
not.
it's a
I
good
feel
way
like that's
to-
not a sexist comment. I feel like that's fair play.
Yeah, but we're mates.
Depends. I do call
That's
girls
chill.
sometimes, thanks, mate. Like, if they give me something.
Yeah, I do too. But
It's a good way to.
maybe
be
if
like,
a friend,
you know,
a friend I
we're
would call
mates.
mate, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
call
not
a
like a
stranger
stranger.
girl.
Oh,
mate.
yeah. Yeah.
But I use mate heaps. But champ,
Yeah, I feel like if you're at Macca's and like you're getting served by a young girl,
thanks,
you
mate.
don't go, thanks, mate. Oh, actually, you can. I don't know how I go.
yeah, champ is not good.
Thanks,
Oh,
champ.
no.
I would
Next
call someone under the age of 10 champ. Over the age of 10, not getting champ.
Getting called
I get-
champ.
Legend is good. I'm a big fan of Legend.
I'm a big fan of Legend. And King.
Legend
King,
is good, yeah.
King.
And
I use
Queen.
King a lot, and I now use King and then King emoji because
Yeah.
that's a new.
King emoji slap.
Queen is a
I
good one.
shout out to the team at Apple
I
for.
feel like getting called champ is like getting your head rubbed when you're a little kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a noogie. Champ is a noogie.
It isn't.
And Buddy is like Buddy's like your 3,
Thanks,
and you've
buddy.
just learned how to walk, and they're like, oh, hey, Buddy, and it's like, hey, I'm 23, you fucking cunt champ.
Oh.
Honest to God, it's
You-
not.
Jack's going with the CCs.
We're back him in. I used to have a boss a couple years ago, and I'd text him like, I was in marketing, I'd finished university,
You did your buddy?
and I'd worked there for like over a year.
You paid your buddy dues.
And he used to text me. I was like, I'd call him, like we'd have good chats. I'd call him when I wasn't even at work, just to like
Oh.
talk to him about work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he'd go, yeah, how are you, buddy? And I just felt like hanging the
Oh.
fucking thing up
Hey, buddy.
on the spot. And I was like, man.
Yeah.
Thought we were.
Not on.
I think he didn't know. Like
he didn't mean it like
he
that.
didn't mean it. Like we
I
got
get
on
that.
really, really well. Like really well.
I
But
don't think they often
he
do.
called
Sometimes
me
I think
buddy so many times.
It's like a generational thing as well. Like when I'm serving someone at the cinema and they say, thanks, champ. Like sometimes it's like, oh, that
Sometimes
was
champ
nice.
is allowed.
Like if it's like a really old person, they go, thanks, champ. I'm like, oh yeah. But
What
then
if-
if they're like, thanks, champ.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
oh,
think-
come on, mate.
I think I was like, oh, you're a champ. That's good.
That is
You're a
good.
champ. That's
Champion.
good.
Oh, the full word.
Champion.
Champion.
Yeah. G'day, champion.
Oh, yes.
But champ is like, yeah, you're 9. You're playing under 9s footy and you've just kicked a point and they've gone, oh,
And
on
you're
your
getting
champ.
And you're getting a little noogie.
yeah.
Not cool.
Noogie for
Good
your
work,
boogie.
and then good work, champ, and then they pinch your cheeks.
Yeah.
It's just not on.
Pinch your nipples.
The worst.
Was that just my coach?
So we've cancelled dentists. We've cancelled junior footy coaches. My favourite, and I've done this a few times with people I don't like to their face.
Oh.
And they've gone like,
Passive
like, come
aggressive.
on, mate. And I've just gone, I'm not your fucking mate. And just like, you just front them
Bang.
straight up. Because if you're not, a mate of mine,
Was he?
a mate of mine actually, he told me this story because
Here we go.
So I'm big on using mate. I do it without noticing.
Yeah.
The way I start every chat is "G'day mate, how you going?" That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's just embedded in. I don't know.
Who
That's
you
just yeah. Every morning, "G'day mate, how you going?" That's just what I say. Even on the phone, "Oh, g'day mate, how are you?"
G'day.
That's it. There's no like. I haven't put any thought into it. That's just
Yep.
the natural progression of what's going on.
Mhm.
And a
Comes
mate,
out automatically.
mate of mine said he was once introduced to his, I think it was his sister's boyfriend or his girlfriend's his brother-in-law essentially.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, g'day mate," and he just like fronted and went, "I'm not your fucking mate," and just like didn't even shake his
On
hand. Just, like,
meeting.
yeah, like
Bruh.
welcome to the family.
What a fuck.
Kind
Yeah,
of
and that's
salt
not
bay.
cool. But
That's-
I've had a few people who I openly don't like, and they know that I don't like them, and they go, "Oh, g'day, mate," and I'm like, "I'm not your fucking mate. Like, we don't have to do this.
Yeah,
In
it's a
fact,
bit-
I'd prefer if you didn't, champ."
Oh.
All right, boys, this is episode 25 of the MacPack podcast, and we'd just like to say a massive thank you to absolutely every single person that has listened at home. We do this often, but it's because we genuinely do care, and we do appreciate all of you that listen, whether it's for a minute, whether it's for an episode, or whether it's for literally 25 episodes. Thank you so much. I believe it was after episode 5
Yep.
that we decided that we were
The
going
early
to
days.
that we were
Number
going to
5.
separate the men from the boys and the girls from the ladies.
I remember like it was 20 weeks ago.
Incredible. And we decided that we were going to come up with a MacPack podcast password. Now, if you remember correctly, the password was,
Exceptional.
and we had people use it frequently.
Constantly.
And we used
the
it. We
time.
definitely used it as a measuring stick to work out whether or not people were aware of the podcast or if people were genuinely listening. Now, after 5 episodes, you'd think that 5 episodes is enough to give it a try and go, okay, this is part of my thing. And we
Yeah.
think that now, after this is basically the 4th episode of season 2.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the 4th episode of season 2. Yeah, that's bang on. That we'll basically re-announce the podcast password for those new listeners. And obviously the ones that have been a part of the journey the whole way through. But we really do want people to comment on our stuff. We want you to comment on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram.
Reviews.
Just message us, on reviews. When you see, in particular, when you see us out and about.
In person. Yeah, that's
Because
the
we
biggest flex.
because we chat to so many.
So many people. Oh, the podcast.
Yeah, they go, "Oh, the podcast, love the podcast."
No, you don't.
Yeah, and then you go, have you listened? Oh, I've listened to a couple.
Yeah.
Or one.
No, you
Prove
haven't.
yourself. Honestly, prove yourself.
I laugh
and
every
just
time.
just let us know that you think the podcast is exceptional, and we'll believe that you listen. And you immediately go higher in our ranks without being rude. We love when people come up and say, "Oh, love the podcast. How's the podcast going? Is it good?"
But once they say the word,
But I'm always in my mind going, "You haven't said the buzzword. You haven't said the one thing that we've told the fans to say." So we look at you and go, "Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah, it's going well. Do you listen?" And they go, "Oh, yeah."
No,
But you obviously listened to episode 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then just stopped,
yeah.
right? So this is our secret way to basically show our appreciation to you by giving you a reason to show to us that you're genuinely a fan of the show.
Yep.
As part of this whole process, it's March,
It is.
and this is when March Madness tends to kick in.
March Madness bracket.
Now, big fans of the family of the McKenna boys
Mm-hmm.
would know we have quite a setup out the back. Ashley, come over. Shout out to Ashley, who is one of the
Shout out
boys who
Ash.
loves the podcast, wants to be on the podcast, but hasn't listened to a single second of the podcast.
but he doesn't lie. He says, "No, I don't. I
I don't
haven't
listen to
listened."
podcasts, which is fine. If you don't listen to podcasts, we do this funny new thing at the moment where we put all of the podcast on YouTube.
So you can
So if you watch TV, if you watch Netflix, if you watch Stan, if you watch sport, watch the podcast.
there you go.
Now, March Madness, as I was saying before, if you know of us, you know we have a ping pong table, you know we have a dartboard,
Of
and
course.
our latest acquisition is a pool table.
We also have a mini basketball ring, but we'll save that for another day.
Yeah, that's not it's not really required at this point in time. Now, during March Madness, we've decided we're going to play a game. It's going to be hosted on this coming weekend. So you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Pods. It's happening tomorrow. If you're on YouTube, it's happening right now.
Crazy.
Essentially, what
is
it
it,
is,
Jakey? What is
it's a round robin tournament
Yes.
whereby the rules are as followed.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
On the weekend of what is this date?
It'll be like the 19th.
Yeah,
It's
it'd
the
be like-
15th today.
yeah. Okay, so the weekend of the 19th and 20th, we're taking part in a MacPack March Madness.
Yes, sir.
Now, the competition will comprise of 3 sports: darts, ping pong, and pool.
Pool.
Now, the games will be played in the fashion that we play them here. It's semi-house rules, but it's a way in which we see as fit and fair.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play darts in a game of Around the World. We play this whereby you have to hit the 1, any part of the 1,
Yep.
any part of the 2, any part of the 3, any part of the 4, but you have to do it in sequential order.
Of course.
1 game of that. against each opponent.
Yep.
Then we're going to play table tennis. Now, we play 3 sets of table tennis,
Yes.
3 sets of 11. So,
And you have to win by 2.
you have to win by 2.
course.
So, it's 11, and then you switch ends,
Yep.
and then 11, and then you switch ends, and then 11. And by then, you should have a winner, right?
Yep. Wombos allowed, although without any
No,
set.
I
no
don't think
wombos.
wombos work
No
with the
wombos.
setup.
No wombos.
Because it's in the middle.
We've
Yeah,
mentioned what
obviously.
wombos are before. Wombos are if you hit the ball off the wall, it becomes double points.
A weird point system.
That's not happening. Now, the pool competition will consist of 3 games of pool.
Hell yes.
Now, it's probably going to be the longest of the versions, but we think it will be arguably the most skill testing.
You've got to be, Pool's the most, you've got to be good at
You've got to be good. You can't fluke it. You could easily fluke a game of pool if you knock the black ball in.
Yeah, which you are want to do.
Yeah. If you win any of the games, you get 3 points. If you lose, you get 1. You get a consolation. You get a prize for rocking up. Good on you.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Now, the game is going to be simple. So me and Riley will play a game of darts. Riley and Joe will play a game of darts. Me and Joe will play a game of darts. So everyone plays each other once, and that's how the scoring system will work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where the fun... Well, it's going to be a fun time. We're going to document the whole thing. We'll chuck up a heap of videos, and...
It's going to be crazy. Stay
We'll
tuned.
report on it. We'll report back on it next week. But the prizes that come out of it, and Mum, block your ears if you're listening, because you will immediately be like, "No, you can't do that."
It's like she's here with us now.
Are as followed: the winner of the competition. My God, it's a good win. It's a good time to win a game.
It is. It's a fantastic time to win.
You will get to decide a picture. You'll get to basically build a design of both of the losers in 2 separate poster images that will advertise the MacPack podcast. So,
Boom.
for instance, if I was to win, I would get to choose a funny photo of Joe, build it out in a nice tight design using our style guide,
Of course.
but a funny image of Joe. And you better guess it. I then get to do exactly the same with Riley Boy.
Hey, it's me. I'm Riley.
Now, that's just half of the fun. Because how much fun is me embarrassing you and just handing out the little posters?
Fun, but it could be better.
It could be
Could
better.
be better.
How could it be better, Jake?
If you handed out your own posters.
Yeah.
So those embarrassing photos with the MacPack podcast ad essentially on it, little pamphlet billboards,
What's going to happen to them?
will be distributed by yourselves. So the funny photo of Joe will get distributed by him, and the funny photo of Riley will get distributed by him at
I'm Riley.
a shopping centre.
A
Whether
named
it's, whether
shopping
it's
centre.
Livingston, whether it's Garden City, whether it's Southlands, whether it's Riverton. We'll work that out in the coming days. But that's the game.
That is the game.
It's a high stakes game,
It's a rather embarrassing wager that's going to be put on.
and it's an even
gonna
more
be
high stakes
imagine-
reward.
I'm just standing there and just some Karen. You're just handing a sheet going, "Hi, listen to my podcast."
I'm very excited, mainly because I think I'm gonna win.
We could write like a little
course you
script,
do.
like a one-liner to say to them, like I don't know, a little rhyme that goes with it.
Listen to the MacPack podcast. We're packing heat.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm writing this.
So stay tuned over the next couple of weeks, because we'll play the game this weekend, and it may be a matter of the following weekend we actually get out to the community
it truly is March Madness.
and we tackle this next big part of the MacPack podcast.
It's going to be huge.
Fans at home,
We told you big things would come for season 2. March Madness is one of those things.
please get in contact with us with who you predict to come first, second, or third.
What do we think, boys? Who do you reckon's taking out which
Me,
game?
I'm 100%. I'm taking them all out.
I'm taking.
If I'm gonna
ping-pong
lose
pool.
one,
I
I
don't
might
know.
lose table tennis.
To
Yeah, I
who?
can see you losing darts and pool.
Darts is so hard.
I'm very good at darts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're a bit
Okay.
rusty.
All right, champ.
So we'll build out a nice promo video to get you all hyped for it, and then it'll obviously happen on the Saturday. Do we want to we could live stream elements of it, or do we just want to package it all? I think maybe we just package it
Yeah,
all
we'll
up.
make it look nice.
We'll package,
We'll package it all up. It'll hit the
We'll fix it up in
the
post.
YouTube channel, and we'll announce the winner basically the next time we speak to you all. So stay tuned for that.
It's going to be huge.
It will be massive. Good luck, boys. We'll just shake hands.
This is the shake on the.
This is to show that Mum,
Do it above the laptop.
Mum, we're all on board. All right, this isn't Jake bullying his younger brothers because he's a
Joey
better
boy,
athlete.
Joey, give me
This
give me
is-
that
this
sexy hand.
This is everyone evenly getting involved. Boys, that brings us to the end of episode 25 of the MacPack
25
podcast.
in the
We've done
book.
it.
The quarter century is in the books, ladies and gents. And we'll finish up this week's episode as we have for 25 weeks in a
25
row.
In a row.
With arguably our favourite segment.
Definitely.
It's
the
a
only one
classic.
it's the only one we do every week.
It's our
And the intro.
everyday hero.
Here we go.
That revamp just keeps paying back.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, or boys and girls, boys and girl, I have a big everyday hero. Now, this one came very organically, and it came at, I wouldn't say the 11th hour, but it definitely came at a time when
The
I wasn't
11th minute.
necessarily expecting it. Now, we mentioned earlier that we're at the Leftbank for Cody Ritchie's 22nd birthday,
Hell yeah. 22nd.
and this has virtually minimal to do with her. Shout out to
Love
Cody.
it.
Now, on this occasion, what happened was we were all sitting at the top of we were just sitting at the high table, we called it.
The high table.
What's a high table?
And for whatever reason, I
Table at
don't know
time.
why this
Fair
was,
enough.
but I'm a big believer in life that you get put in positions that'll grant you fortuitous growth.
Good karma.
Yeah.
No, but you'll learn from these things. If you just have to take note, you're in the surrounds, and it's up to you whether or not you're taking note of what's going on.
Okay.
Now, on this occasion, for whatever reason, I did a full 180, and we were chatting. I can't remember. I think it was you I was talking to.
Yep.
And I just turned around and had a look out onto the road. And at the time, there was I'd say a mature-aged woman who was at Cody's event.
Yep.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know
sure.
this. I don't know this lady.
Party animal.
And she seemed like she was having a good time. She
Yep.
was getting on with a lot of people.
Mom vibes.
And having a good chat. I'm not necessarily sure who she was, but she was more than welcome to be there, and she enjoyed herself, and she seemed
Yep.
like she was having a positive night when everyone
On the
around.
broskies with the boys.
And then I've turned around, right? And I've seen her basically not on the curb, but like she was outside on the footpath, right?
Yeah.
With a couple, and there was a couple
With
young
their head in a bucket. And what time is it? 7:30.
there was a couple of young dudes with her.
Some dudes.
One in particular, there was a pair. They were mates. One of them was wearing a white shirt, and he's the one
Drip.
who
White
is
shirt hero.
he's winning this week's everyday hero for the
Spoilers.
following act.
Here we go.
Now, I've looked over and gone, why are those three people outside, basically on the road?
Interesting place to be.
And then the dude in the white shirt was just like calling up onto the road, like it was like waving onto the road. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I quickly worked out that he was calling an Uber, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Normally I do it on my phone.
Well, he said-
I don't wave them in like they're a plane.
And just waited for 20 minutes.
He had his phone in one hand and he was just like waving the Uber
Bring
up.
the Uber in.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's
That's nice.
pretty crazy, but like,
There's a moth
just
flying around.
but just
See it? Oh, Jake just committed murder to a moth.
anyway, so this guy is break the flow of the everyday hero.
So okay, this guy's calling in the Uber.
Yes, so I'm assuming it's for him. I was like, man, just walk to the fucking thing. And then I was quickly made aware because the lady who was behind the two blokes turned around and were like, oh, like what's going on here?
Yep.
And they called the chick up, or the lady, the mature, the mature lady. They called the mature lady up as the Uber was arriving, and I was like, oh, maybe. What's going on here? What's going on here? This is a little bit skewiff. The man then opened up the door
Yep.
Gentleman.
and spoke to the Uber driver, like leaned in and had a chat.
Hello.
And I was like, okay, I still don't know what's going on. And the other bloke like assisted the mature lady.
Yep.
Is it rude that I keep referring to her as the
Mature?
Just
No,
go-
she seemed mature.
She did seem
And she did
mature.
seem lady.
and then like the one dude passed the mature lady to the other dude, and then the other dude like assisted her into the car in like a nice gentlemanly way. It was like, okay, like here you go, you can sit down. And so she sat down, and I think he even assisted like putting I think she was pretty hammered. But
Hell
I think he assisted
So I was right.
putting the belt on,
Yep.
right? Which was another
Legend.
lovely
Buckled
touch.
her up.
Keeping us safe.
Exactly. And then
Tucking her in.
he then spoke to the Uber driver once again, and I'm sure he was like, okay, you need to take her here.
Yeah.
So essentially what I'm taking at this point, like I knew none of this going into it, but it all developed in front of my eyes within about 30 seconds, and it quickly became apparent to me that this guy had obviously seen that this mature lady had had enough. She was potentially a little bit
On the broskies.
on the brewskis
With the
and needed to
broskies.
get home. She obviously didn't have Uber because she was a mature lady.
Yep.
Fair.
And this guy has ordered an Uber on his account.
Fair.
He
Legend.
has then walked her to the path. He has then called up the Uber, like brought it forward and gone, this is where we need to go.
Yep.
Opened the door, discussed with the Uber driver what was happening and went, my name's Adam, but I'm not getting in the car. We've got mature lady getting in the car instead. And then he's assisted mature lady into the car
And then
belted her up.
tucked her in.
And then told the Uber driver basically the instructions. He's given the Uber driver final instructions.
Helping a brother out.
Then he's checked with the mature lady. Goes, "Are you okay? Like, is everything all right?" Shut the door.
Boom.
Now, a lesser man wouldn't have cared. A lesser man would have gone, "Oh, sort herself out. She knows how to phone a cab." But this guy went the full journey.
That is like a full everyday hero act. Like a few weeks ago, what was it? Just like the head nod. Just the vibing. And then I did
This
like
was
the popcorn
effort.
one. And this was like,
This was effort.
this guy tried to be a good bloke and he did well.
And there was a few people there who knew that we run the podcast.
Oh.
So there was a few people who could have very well been on their best behaviour, hoping that they got an everyday hero.
yeah.
But this man, I tell you, this man didn't know we had a podcast. And now I hope he does. Because he has been awarded week 25, episode 25's Everyday Hero. All right, boys, that brings us to the end of episode 25.
The official
Did
end.
it.
Here it is.
It's been an absolute pleasure, honor, privilege to sit next to the two of you boys for 25 episodes. And
Always is.
I'm now resigning from the MacPack podcast.
It's been good.
This is
Yeah.
this is the height of it all. Not quite.
It's just Joshin.
Next
got
week.
ya.
Next week. Next
been
week.
pranked.
Next week we are super excited to announce that we have our first
Ever.
external
Well,
guest. A mate of the pod.
I
A
guess
mate
that's
of the
not
MacPack.
in the gene pool.
Mate of the MacPack, who will
That
be
we know
joining
of.
us. We're going to find him a little bit of space. We might have to squirt down because he's quite a well-built individual.
He is a big boy.
He's got shoulders bigger than Riley's.
Now, we hinted at having him a
Which is
couple of
rare.
weeks ago. Obviously, with the new setup, we wanted to get a few things sussed, sorted, ready to go before we invited the big man on.
Yep.
But come next week, he'll be with us, and we are super excited. He's been a huge part of my life, and I know that he's had incredible influences on the both of your lives. So we are super excited to have him on the
So
podcast.
keen.
We're
It'll be a
gonna.
great time.
Well, I personally can't wait. We had a lot of people guess correctly. I don't know if I already said that, but a lot of people guessed correctly when
Who
we
it
hinted at it
was.
previously.
I don't think we've confirmed with them though.
There's
you
a
know,
handful
you
of people
know.
I've confirmed with, but keep it on the
The
DL.
Leak King.
Boys,
Yeah.
I just want to say well done to Riley. A couple of weeks ago, I didn't know what a TikTok was.
Now
And
I've got one.
Now apparently we are the kings of TikTok. We're getting our crowns in the coming days.
Yep. Plenty
which is
more
very,
to come.
I think you get tick and you get talk and I just get a big cock. Is that anyway?
Oh, he's due for one of them.
But we're super excited to announce that. Yeah, we're viral on TikTok apparently.
Yep.
That's what you keep
And
telling
it's
me.
early days. What, 12, 13 posts.
And the
out.
MySpace account's not going terrible as well.
Yeah. You
Um,
got an ad.
So if you haven't already, check out the TikTok, check out the Instagram, check out the Facebook, and most importantly, please head to Apple Pods and leave us a review. 5 stars, write down your favourite part of the pod. Write down where you listen to the pod. Just do anything. Just give us any bit of insight would help. We get all the data, say we get a lot of people that listen, but we want to know who you are specifically.
Exactly.
Boys, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mum a hug.
ciao for now, but not forever.